Welcome to the Circularity Edge podcast, where we discuss the latest news and perspectives on the circular economy and issues relating to social, environmental, and economic sustainability. Join us every week when we discuss what's needed to create a sustainable circular economy worldwide. Now, here is your host, Ken Alston.
Hello again, this is Ken Alston with the Circularity Edge podcast. Yesterday we saw the world's youth come out on strike to advocate for serious governmental responses to dealing with the many consequences we see related to climate change. Over 4 million climate strikers in 163 countries is an impressive show of solidarity. I support their call for action, but I'm not convinced that governments are the prime movers in creating the solution. Governments are slow to act. Governments typically set the minimum level of response to issues, not the optimum response. A government minimum should not be your maximum achievement. For example, just meeting a minimum building code isn't the best you can do. We have to do better, much better than a government minimum if our response to climate change is going to have a positive effect. But governments certainly can set the tone for taking action. Sometimes, like in the USA, perhaps in Brazil and elsewhere in the world, the government doesn't even care about this issue. I really don't hold out any hope for the current US Republican government in taking any steps to acknowledge the issue even exists, let alone try to take action to deal with it. So what to do? Nothing clearly isn't a viable option. In the last podcast, I called for a popular revolution. Viva La Revolucion! It was an in-the-moment response to a question asked by a student about what to do at a Bogota university I was attending. But behind this call for a popular revolution is the germ of an idea, hopefully an important idea. You see, social media has the power to call attention to topics, and businesses as well as governments can be called out for their contributions to the climate problem and any inaction that they might exhibit. It's time to strike, but to strike at those who are creating the problems. The companies whose activities are directly putting CO2 into the atmosphere. So let's strike out on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest, and on Facebook. Connect with the companies behind the brands that you buy. Let them know that you want to see their climate positive plan. Hashtag Viva La Revolucion, or hashtag Viva La Revolution in English. Ask the companies tough, pointed questions. Press them for detailed answers. What are you going to do not only to reduce your negative contribution to global warming from non-renewable energy use, but how are you going to move to a place where things actually get better? More good as well as less bad. How are you helping move carbon from the air, where it's in excess, into the soil where it ought to be as a living organic layer? And how fast are you changing? Because right now, time is of the essence. And it's not just in your company-owned facilities. What are you doing to encourage your upstream and downstream supply chain to do the same? What's your company doing to change your product designs, to change your business model that you operate, and move it from a linear to a circular business model? How are you changing what you make and how you take responsibility to play an active role in collecting and reutilizing materials in your products after they've been used, so we effectively eliminate the whole concept of waste? Not less waste, but eliminate the concept of waste. You see, up to 50% of greenhouse gas emissions come from moving materials and products around the world. And even something as simple as a tennis ball travels over 83,000 kilometers or 50,000 miles before it gets into the hands of a tennis player. And imagine that effect of moving materials multiplied up by the millions, even billions of products being made, sold, and used all over the world every day. This is the huge scale of the problem that confronts us. Creating a sustainable circular economy which intentionally designs materials, products, services, and systems to flow in safe biological and technical cycles is what's needed to make a significant difference here. It needs to be a sustainable circular economy because circular isn't automatically sustainable. It needs to be sustainable to make sure we include important social and environmental dimensions which are not a part of current design specifications. Take the moves we're seeing into renewable energy. How many solar or wind energy projects do you know that are designed to flow in a sustainable circular economy? Probably none. Used turbine blades are being sent to landfills, and they're so huge, have no end-of-use plan, and are increasing in number to such an extent that speeding up the filling of landfills cannot be considered a viable option. Where are the sustainable circular designs for solar and wind projects? Here's where innovation can start to play a role. But the simplistic ways I hear so many people talk about the circular economy just won't cut it. It's not about better, more efficient waste management. It's not about trying harder to recycle. It's a complete paradigm change, intentionally, by design. Now next week I'm back in Colombia on my quest to start and foment this revolution. Come and meet me in Cali, Colombia at the Cali Epicenter of Development and Peace Conference on the 26th of September. Then in Medellin, Colombia to talk about the deployment of a sharing economy platform as an enabler of one of the 5 circular business models. And if you're in Panama, come and see me at the event hosted by the Netherlands ambassador on the October 2nd in Panama City. You can contact me for more details. Also, get in touch with me for details of how we can deploy tools like this value-generating asset-sharing platform in your city with your Chamber of Commerce or any other network of organizations. Go to www.circularassets.com for more information. Because actions speak louder than words now. Come and join me in creating the sustainable circular economy revolution. This is Ken Alston with the Circular Economy Podcast, signing off for now.
You've been listening to the Circularity Edge podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes or Google Play to get new, fresh weekly episodes. For more, please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or visit our website at www.kenalston.com. Until next time, buy circular.